Hey lovely people, Shakti here. How are you doing? So I just wanted to make this little live this morning about meditation as a woman and invite you, if you're a woman, to come along to, I've got a little mini day retreat coming up this Sunday on this very theme, but let me just talk a little bit about why I'm so passionate about sharing this. So gosh, when I did my very first dance teacher training, the Nia Technique teacher training back in 2003, my white belt, one of the reading books that we had was The Everyday Meditator by Osho. I had no idea who Osho was. I'd never really done any meditation whatsoever. But of course, the dance practice that I trained in was a conscious dance practice. In other words, it was all about integrating body, mind, emotions, and spirit. It was about moving with awareness. It was about embodied awareness. So it was all about bringing everything together in consciousness. So meditation and awareness was a huge part of that training, and that was something completely new to me. And yet, in a way, it wasn't, in that whenever, I've always been a really passionate dancer, right? That's my greatest passion in life. Like, making love and dancing are my greatest passions in life. I always say that when I die, I want to die either having the biggest orgasm in the world or dancing ecstatically in the middle of the dance floor. That's like how I want to go out of the world, you know. And in those kinds of activities, I didn't realize, and also I used to be, I mean I still am, but I was a runner, an athlete, and so I had in those kinds of experiences, as well as when I was in nature, walking or playing in nature as a child, experiences of oneness, being at one with everything, right? I didn't know then that that's what meditation was, because I'd never done sitting down meditation, you know, where you close your eyes and you sit with a straight spine and you put your fingers into this mudra. I had no experience of that, and I didn't for a long time still. And anything where I thought or felt I had to sit still and be still was a real challenge for me, a real challenge, because my natural way of being is to be moving, is to be alive, is to feel, is to emote, is to express. That's my natural feminine expression. As I've journeyed, so that teacher training in 2003 and before that even really was the beginning for me of a complete life change onto a path which has been all about sexual and spiritual awakening and embodied awareness, and coming to this point where I now teach embodied awareness and awakening for women. So then meditation has been a huge part of that for me. And that has encompassed embracing Tantra, becoming a teacher of Kundalini yoga and meditation, doing a level 2 teacher training in mind and meditation, exploring many different ways of how to be still and how to access deeper states of consciousness, sitting in satsang with amazing teachers of enlightenment and awareness, training as, not as a teacher, training as a practitioner of transcendental meditation. You know, in Kundalini yoga, many meditations working with the breath, with pranayama, with mantra, with eye focus, with different mudras. So all of that has been a part of my exploration, and of course continuing on to dance and continuing on to immerse myself more deeply in the world of Tantra and in the world of Shakti, goddess embodiment, right? And in that discovering that there are many ways to stillness and to meditate that are not necessarily embraced in the mainstream or regarded as highly. In when we think of meditation, we think of it as sitting down and being still. And, you know, it privileges a very masculine way of being. It privileges the masculine way, which classically has been up and out, which classically has been to address the mind, and classically has been to escape experience. Now, what I'm interested in as a woman, as a teacher of divine feminine embodiment, as a teacher of yoga, Shakti yoga, as a teacher of Tantra and integration, is bringing heaven and earth together, bringing masculine and feminine together, and accessing deeper states of consciousness and expanded awareness in and through and with the body rather than out of the body. Even though my experience is as we go in and through the body, we do go out and beyond the body. So it's kind of like this classic paradox. So this is really important for me as I teach in my Awakening Shakti program this month. We're going into a deep exploration of stillness, the stillness within, and meditation as woman, and what that means. So not to deny that we are embodied, that we feel deeply, that we have these beautiful 5 senses, that we have monthly cycles, and or we may be going through the menopause or the perimenopause, which also affects us physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, right? Not to deny this, but to make that part of our meditation, to make our lived experience part of our meditation. Being a mum, being pregnant, birthing, making love, all of these aspects of life as a woman and being in a woman's body, not denying them, but incorporating, including, and going into stillness through these very aspects of being in a woman's body and being an embodiment of the divine feminine. Finding our ways in there, and really making it work for us in the recognition that there's differences, that we cycle, that we bleed, that we feel emotions deeply, that we are designed for touch and pleasure and bliss, and that we can enter into states of expanded consciousness through touch. For example, through bliss, for example, through savoring, tasting, smelling, touching, as well as through the more conventional ways that people think of meditation, which would be to sit still, close your eyes and go into nothing. You can go into nothing through experience as well as out of experience, if that makes sense. And in fact, from one of my favorite tantric texts, the Radiant Sutras, the translation of the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, very ancient tantric text full of 112 tantric meditation practices. Shiva, the divine masculine or pure consciousness, speaks to his beloved Shakti, and he says to her, I am always here. So, pristine consciousness, pure consciousness, truth, divine masculine, whatever you want to name this, God, I am always here. I am the embrace of your most intimate experience. Though I am beyond the intellect, I am not beyond your daring. You belong to me, and I am yours. The goddess and the one who holds her are one and the same. We are inseparable, and the way to me is through her. The way to me is through her. That means, in this tantric approach to meditation, the way to God, the way to unity consciousness, the way to expanded awareness is through her, her being the divine feminine, her being our embodied experience of life and all that that is. So really and truly, in the tantric way, there is no separation between here's meditation and here's life. It's life is the meditation. Okay? So anyway, that's my little spiel, and I'm really excited to share this. So I felt inspired to offer a half a day, 3 hours this Sunday. What's the date this Sunday? I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. So this coming Sunday in London, in UK, so UK time, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m, 3 hours. It's a meditation retreat for women where we're going to explore meditation as women, nurturing yourself, giving yourself time, giving yourself space, opening to explore different modalities of meditation and what might work best for you in your life, in your current situation, right? Bring your questions, bring your challenges, bring your desire to explore, and bring your intention to create bliss and space and peace for yourself. I'm not going to be teaching a lot in terms of talking. It's going to be experiential. So time and space to explore stillness, meditation in many different ways, including dynamic movement as much as more still practices, many different varieties, so you're going to really have a beautiful, deep, rich experience and come away with more tools, with more techniques, feeling more at home and more right with yourself, and inspired to take some of that into your life as you go forward. We really need these skills right now at this time. You know, there's so much going on. It's a crazy time. It's an awakening time, and our buttons are getting pushed, mine as well. So having these skills, having these techniques are so like fundamental, basically, as far as I'm concerned, to anchoring yourself, to remaining in your center, to being able to deal with what's triggering you, what's going on, you know, to be able to relate in a healthy way. All of this, it comes back down to how still can you be, how present can you be, how in this moment now can you be, all of it. So pop a comment below if you want to come. I'll also post the registration link. It's just £33, so super affordable, and you're so welcome. Look forward to joining with you on Sunday. Lots of love.